everyone, Lord.agion here with another Grey Goo Replay. Spawning the left side, we have G13 100 by 100 Rame. I think that's how you say it. And spawning the right side, we have Driftwood. I sped up the replay forward a couple minutes so you don't have to sit through all the boring early economic stage. And here we're going straight into the action. We have a couple harassing tridents, just harassing the economy, trying to deal some damage to the extractor, picking off any early single tridents. G13 100 by 100. I'm just probably gonna call him Red player. Is currently trying to deal with this. Give me an anti-heavy sentinel. We'll push these tridents away from from the base head, but the problem is he still can't reach the extractor. He's trying to attack him while he's teleporting. They don't take additional damage from teleporting, so it's good to deal some damage to it when it can't attack or defend itself. But you need to get away once it's completed because they teleport quite quickly. As you can see, we got right now 3 tridents. One of them's some heavy damage, one sustained some damage, and a revolver. He's trying to build more conduit wire to move his anti-heavy sentinels up forward. He still just needs a little bit more income. He's currently only on 2 refinery compared to the other human players. 1 refinery. So this is 1 refinery heavy base play. No, by all means it's not an all-in just yet because he's building a 2nd refinery. I think the best course of action for 100 by 100 is to do perhaps get another extractor along with getting a sizable defense force. Luckily, he can move around these anti-heavy sentinels back to over here, which he's probably going to do. Should be doing right around now. I wonder what he sees him seeing. He sees this. He doesn't realize there's an army back here. It's like, oh crap. The replay's a bit choppy in the first-person camera view. And we see, oh, he's bringing back an anti-heavy sentinel. He's repairing the extractor, which is costing quite a bit. He's able to defend that, sustaining some losses, but overall, Driftwood sustained more losses. Trying to get up his 3rd refinery, but a bit stalled on cash. The Driftwood has got up his 3rd refinery and going for a 4th over here. That's the one thing about aggression. Aggression-based builds, if you can't follow it up with more eco, it'll be pretty bad. That you'll just straight up lose, I should just say. 100 by 100 is going for a large factory. He doesn't realize. He probably doesn't even. He does not know anything. He needs to probably send out a scout or 2 to know what his opponent's up to. 100 by 100 probably won't be able to support 3 small and a large 4 factors, so a 6 production. However, also Driftwood, where's all of his economy going? He only has 2 factory, and yet he has -29. Oh, because he's building another refinery way over here. So he's soon going to be on 5 refinery. Right there, I would not recommend. I would recommend over here, but it is what it is. And the game was just slowing down a bit. Now it's about to get heated back up. 100 by 100 soon going to send in another attacking force. Well, not soon, another. It will be his first attacking force. We got some tridents that revolve here. Probably once he sees this little army there, he's probably going to fall back to protect his base. He shouldn't be sitting around if he's planning to attack, because that just means he will have more time to build up and not even realize that he's building up to prevent an attack. Get another refining location out. Soon this human player will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only 4 refinery compared to the... Holy crap. Now this is one good idea about in this game. You have to constantly be expanding your refining. Tridents do a decent amount of damage to Gladys. They do 4 damage. Revolvers have 3 penetration to deal with the 3 armor of the Gladys. Or was it 2 armor of Gladys? I can't really remember now, seeing they're all dead. So the revolvers are armor piercing. And I think also the Tridents have more health than Gladys. Yes, they do. Yeah, 3 armor, the revolvers will pierce all the armor and then basically deal their full 15 damage barrage. Tridents can do some damage to Gladys. But overall, a lot of humans players just rather mass up revolvers because they have a higher DPS. Though they are a little bit less tanky, I think they also might be a little bit cheaper. They could be the same cost though. But I like what this Driftwood is doing. He's mass expanding, and currently 100 by 100 is trying to go for expecting more aggression, but he's wrong. He's very wrong. He's going to be falling way, way behind. Plus, he does not have any... Oh, he has actually some eyes now as a form of a monitor. But he's, as you can see, he's not exactly microing it. Perhaps this character is not exactly the greatest at micro, which is understandable. Not everybody has to be, oh, super on par micro. Some people play this game just for the fun of it. We got a bit of an expensing scouting force, I'll call this. The 2 Tridents, they're low in health, so they would be prime scouting. Nicely catching a revolver, perhaps he's scouting out for another refining location. Though 100 by 100 does have a much larger army, by the time if Driftwood gets a good eye on this army, he'll have plenty of time to build a counterforce if it reaches to his base. Let's see what Driftwood sees. He doesn't realize his army is being crushed. He might have seen on the mini-map of big, large numbers there. So perhaps he's going to be now in mass production mode. He's getting some Lancers. Perhaps he might be going for a teleporter. Usually teleporters and Lancers play hand in hand. Got a howitzer building and Trident and then a bomber. Though it's on infinite build queue, I wonder if it actually places behind it. I'm not exactly sure. There we go, a little tip and trick. Red on the mini-map in observer mode, suggesting there's something hostile there to the observer. Oh, that's strange. These extractors are dying into red dots. I wonder if I can... They are red for both sides. That's interesting. Bit of a glitch in the replay. Perhaps in the replay? Perhaps not. But looks like there's some hostile entities to everybody. He has this army, he should really attack. Because he has a big numerical advantage right now. Though his econ is way behind. Though I think it might actually caught up by now. Nice howitzer burst. Gladys facing off with Gladys. Of course, the large number will always win. Got another wave of Gladys. Looks like he canceled the previous Lancers and to get some more Gladys out. Now, with the anti-heavy Sentinels, they specialize, well, against anti-heavy. So that's great defense versus Gladys. Though they can be overwhelmed. Nice Extractor Snipe. Reduces the economy. And nice Bomber. I love seeing aircraft plays, though honestly, for what bombers cost, here we go, we're going to see a teleporter. Now this is nasty. A lot of people think the teleporting Lancers is a nasty combo, which it is. Because it can be teleported in, snipe the headquarters, which I'm not sure if it would cut off all the power or not, but assuming if the headquarters does go down, I'm not exactly sure about this. Assume the headquarters go down, it could depower everything. The replay has slightly slowed down. Let me look at what the economy situation is. There's 3, looks like a possible 4th. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 refineries to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this person has greater economy right now, though this field and this field will dry up faster for him because he's dual mining from it. Well, then again, these has 2 vents. This also, I'm not exactly yeah, it also has 2 vents, but in comparison, where this guy he's only having 1. Now we got a nice size force. We got a good mixture of anti-light, anti-armor, tank, artillery, and siege. It's a nice balanced force. Though based on this moving formation, it is susceptible to counter artillery due to the fact that it's all blobbed up. It can be splashed down quite readily. Over here we got currently Driftwood has less units to defend himself by much less, though he does, I think, have overall more artillery, so getting a nice initial burst might do some wonders for him. But 2 of his artillery pieces are down. He did not do the proper damage that he would like, but granted, this force is severely weakened due to the artillery. We have massive numbers, but here we go. Yeah, like I said, Lancers depowered everything. This may turn to a big base race. This is absolutely crippling. He doesn't realize it. What does he see? He's focused over here. He doesn't realize his base is pretty much destroyed. We can see a nice force over here. It looks like this player has his camera zoomed in, because each time I switch to players, my camera really gets zoomed in. Got nice bombers, trying to do some additional damage. Got good defense over here, but these Lancers are just going to town. He has not realized this. These are just auto-attacking in. Now he realized it. He went for the Lancer shot. Lancer's being going to be replaced by a railgun weapon. Oh crap, I was wanting to see the damage of that. Okay, damage of the Lancer is 70 compared to now the Lancer railgun. No, that's howitzer. Darn, I didn't see what the damage in comparison, but he lost. He needs to recall this force and deal with these Lancers. These Lancers will, I hope he shift-click all the critical buildings that he wants to destroy. No, he's probably auto-targeting, which he's also going for the core again. Yep, and that's good game. Once again, in RTSs, usually the person who's most mobile tends to be win. For example, Starcraft 2, Zerg faction and a Terran faction have been known to be much more powerful compared to the Protoss faction. Though the Protoss has very mobile aspects, they don't have much sustainable mobile aspects, such as they can warp in units at a secret pylon. However, Mutalisks and Marine Job medevacs are much better at striking the economy and getting out. As in this case, Teleporter Lancer. Sure, his army was over here. He had a really good sized army, but the defending forces managed to hold it off, and the Lancer counterattack wiped him out. I hope this was a good replay. I hope you learned some good little bits and tricks, and this is Lord.agion signing off.